Papa Bear, and Baby Bear. One morning, Mama Bear made porridge for breakfast, but when they were ready to eat the porridge, it was too hot for them. They decided to go for a walk in the forest while they let their porridge cool. Now a little girl named Goldilocks was walking in the forest when she saw a cute little house in the woods. She decided to rest by the cottage. She walked inside and she smelled something delicious, and she went to the table where she saw 3 bowls of porridge. She was very hungry, so she tasted the first bowl of porridge, and it was. Then she tasted the next bowl of porridge, and it was. Then she tasted the last bowl of porridge, and it was. And she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks walked to the next room where she saw 3 chairs. She was ready to rest her tired feet, so she sat on the first big chair, but it was. Then she sat on the second chair, but it was. Then she sat on the third chair, and it was. But there was a creak and a crash, and the chair broke to pieces. Oh, poor Goldilocks. She walked into the next room where she found 3 beds. She was very tired and wanted to lie down for a nap. So she sat on the first big bed, but it was. It was. Then she sat on the next medium-sized bed, but it was. Then she got on the last bed, and it was. And she laid down and Now the 3 bears were returning home from their walk, and they were very hungry. They walked into their home, and they went to the table. Papa Bear looked at his bowl and said,
"Somebody's been eating my porridge."
And Mama Bear looked at her bowl and said,
"Somebody's been eating my porridge."
and Baby Bear looked at her bowl and said,
"Somebody was eating my porridge."
and, oh. Well, the bears walked to the next room, and then they saw their chairs. Papa looked at his and said,
"Somebody's been sitting in my chair."
and Mama Bear looked at her chair and said,
"Somebody's been sitting in my chair."
and then Baby Bear looked at her chair and said, and what happened? It broke. Oh, poor Baby Bear. Well, now the bears wandered to their bedroom to see if anything was wrong there. Well, when Papa Bear got there, he looked at his bed and said,
"Somebody's been sleeping in my bed."
and Mama Bear looked at her bed and said,
"Somebody's been sleeping in my bed."
and Baby Bear looked at her bed and said, and?
There she is.
Oh, and Goldilocks ran from the house. And the 3 bears never saw